Hi, I'm the Castle Connoisseur, and today we're looking at Chateau de Peyrepertuse. The first records of this fortified area was in 806. It was controlled by the Counts of Bezeleux, linked to Catalonia. In 806 it was probably just a wooden or early stone fort. In the 11th century it was then rebuilt by the Counts of Narbonne. The castle itself is 800 metres above sea level, and the ridge length is 400 metres tall. Peyrepertuse became one of the 5 sons of Carcassonne. There are several square and round towers reinforcing the walls, especially near the lower approaches. From the top of these towers you can see other castles on different ridgelines, making this a part of the signalling network we've discussed previously in different castles. This isn't really just one castle, it's 3 castles along one ridge. It consists of the lower enclosure, the middle enclosure, and then the upper enclosure. Each one incredibly fortified, incredibly defended, and can also defend each other from the opposite sides. For example, flanking fire with archers and crossbowmen. This absolute gem of a wall gives us an awful lot of information based just on the bricks. At the bottom of this tower, the bricks are smaller and irregular. At the top, they're more square. This tells us the bottom was roughly built around the 11th century and the top was more like the 13th. So the lower enclosure was more for the garrison and the guardhouse. The middle enclosure was the main living area and administration centre, and the upper enclosure served as a last refuge. Another gorgeous view from the latrine. In 1209, when the Crusader army under Simon de Montfort began its campaign against the Cathars, this fortress stayed loyal to the Cathar cause. While nearby castles like Termes and Les Tours were being besieged in 1210 and 1212, this cliff fortress remained untouched because of its inaccessibility and its garrison. Around 1240, Guillaume, the lord of the area, realised that resistance to the French crown was futile. A great example here of a heavily defended gate with, of course, murder holes. Guillaume surrendered the castle peacefully to King Louis IX. The castle was then absorbed into the royal domain. There was never an attempt to besiege or attack the castle due to its incredible defences. The whole place is filled with choke points, killing zones, portcullises, murder holes, everything you can think of in every place. So even if the attackers theoretically got into the lower bailey, they'd have to get through the middle and then the upper, and doing that is damn near impossible. Rooms were built directly against the inner wall so defenders could easily run to the battlements. They also had storage cellars and narrow doorways and corridors. This feature was intended to slow down invaders if they ever breached the wall. The castle had multiple cisterns carved directly into the rock collecting rainwater, which meant the castle could endure a long siege. Unlike Termes, it was quite difficult to contaminate this cistern, placed right in the centre of the fortress. After the French crown took over the castle in 1240, King Louis IX decided to carve in steps to the upper enclosure. The staircase of St. Louis is 60 steps, cut out of the cliff so narrow that one man at a time can ascend. This was a man-made choke point. On 3 sides of the fortress, the rocks drop off to a 30 to 40 metre cliff. This has been Chateau Peyrepertuse, and I've been the Castle Connoisseur. Thank you.